So this is Czechoslovakian, old school as fuck water bottle. I had originally had it wrapped up in rabbit fur, but it proved to be unruly, and it really pissed me off. It was a mess. I didn't want to deal with it, so I decided to streamline this one a little bit. It already came with a wool cover, and I put 2 more wool covers on it, plus a layer of cotton underneath it, underneath all the wool. I made this cap, and a small button to hold it on there, and that covers the lid to hold the heat in. And I'm pretty happy with the results. I had to hand sew it to get the final fit. It worked out pretty well. And hand sewed the button on there. This was done with the machine. The whole lid was done by hand because I couldn't get it on the machine. I still got 2 more months of winter left, so I do believe I will be able to get in some use for this a couple of times. Mounting it, on the other hand, is another story. Evidently, I've been using one of these for a very long time, and I never really realized it. In the intro, with the picture run, those pictures go back to all the way when I first got to Alaska. So I've been using these for about 15 years in all different types of weather. I can 100% vouch for them and recommend them. I will say that when you get it, you'll have to put some saddle soap on it. A liberal amount of saddle soap on it. They stopped using these in the late 80s, early 90s, so if you buy one new, it probably hasn't had any kind of leather treatment on it, and it's a good chance that it's probably going to be rotten if somebody hasn't already done something with it, because it doesn't last long if it doesn't have some sort of leather conditioner on it. But anyway, back to mounting it. In my old pictures, when I had the blog before I started making videos, I only had it mounted with this clip that I added. It's got a lot of flop to it, but I don't remember it ever bothering me. So, I don't know. Right now it's kind of bothering me, so I'm going to see what I can do about stabilizing it a little bit. These things are pretty simple. I don't like the lid. Sometimes they will leak. This one will not leak. I actually put water in it. I put warm water in it, and I set it upside down for a couple of days to see if it would leak, and it did not leak. Some of them do leak. They also come with corks. I don't really particularly, I like the cork for the old school look, but practicality and endurance, I'm not really into corks. So there's that. And I've used these in some pretty cold temperatures just as they were, and they tended to keep the water from freezing. I don't know. Individual results may vary, so I'm not going to get into the wheres and whens and hows. Figure it out for yourself just like I did. On another note, I actually got myself another bayonet. When you counted, I didn't want to use the East German one to fuck it up and to get it all scratched up, and I didn't want to paint it. I guess I'm getting sentimental with historical objects in my old age. I found this one today locally. I had to make this frog, and I'll show you. Check this out. So this is the frog that I made. The clip here, it's just a US clip that I had inside of a box, all my spare parts. The loop was actually off of some sheath I got a long time ago, and I just fastened it on there. And this buckle here is actually East German, and it came off of a East German website that I had that was that utter piece of shit and I never used, so I just used it for parts. And it came in pretty handy. So I can go ahead and screw that one up, and I don't have to worry about any guilt for destroying some sort of historical object. And there is the Sherman fishing vest. And I actually went ahead and hung that on there because I'm turning into an old sentimental asshole. But anyway, the bulk of this video was about the Czechoslovakian bottle. Like I said, I've been using one of these for over a decade now up here. I don't think I've ever talked about them once, but here I am talking about them. I got no problem with them. Good to go. I recommend them if you're looking for something with old school flavor that you can turn into something useful.